speakers, most of the World War II veterans, of course, will have passed on, and the only way we'll be able to know more about their experiences is most likely reading about them in history books. That is why today Laurel Hill has the privilege of welcoming our guest speaker. This is Mr. Robert Felstein. Please welcome him as he shares with us his story.
Good morning, young ladies and gentlemen. We were that which others did not want to be. And we went where others feared to go, and did what others failed to do. We asked for nothing from those who gave nothing, and reluctantly accepted the thought of eternal loneliness should we fail. We have seen the face of terror. We have cried, pained, and hoped. But most of all, we have lived times others would say were best forgotten. At least someday we will be able to say that we were proud of what we were, soldiers. Now, I don't know how many of you know the code name for the Battle of Normandy. Does anybody know? Yeah.
D-Day?
The code name. D-Day was D-Day. On what day? June the 6th, 1944. But the code name for D-Day was called Operation Overlord. The code name was approved by President Roosevelt of the United States and that gentleman over there, Winston Churchill. The first wave of assault troops and tanks landed on the beaches at 6:30 a.m. So this was the beginning of bringing liberty, freedom, and food to the millions of people in Europe, and of course to our brothers and sisters, relatives and friends that also served in concentration camps. The peace treaty was signed the end of World War II, VE Day, Victory in Europe. VE Day was signed in Reims, France on May the 7th, 1944. I know that this young lady here mentioned something about a poppy, and I would like to say that the blood red poppy is a symbol of honoring the dead and also remembering the living, with its memories of glory, sorrow, and of grieving, and reminds us that once a year, for November the 11th, all Canadians of World War I, World War II, of the conflicts in Korea, Vietnam, and others, in which 116,000 of our valiant comrades made the supreme sacrifice for their country, democracy, and freedom. The years pass, and pass they do ever so quickly, But my dear friends, our memory must never forget the men and women who served so bravely for their country. What more sacred duty is there than remembrance? And this young veteran, I wouldn't say young, old veteran. I may look young, but I'm old. Standing on the corner in Legion uniform, just like mine, braving the cold, windy, cloudy November day, selling poppies. When this young boy asked, "What are these for? May I have one?" He pinned one on and asked, "Why do we wear a poppy?" The veteran answered, "This is for Remembrance Day. This is a symbol of those brave men and women who died in the wars, and because they did, you and I are free." And he said, "You know, I had a little boy, older than you, and when war broke out, he went away. He said, 'Goodbye. I'll be back soon.' But the terrible war went on, and all I could do was wait and pray. Till at last the war was won, and that's why we wear a poppy." The young boy turned to go, and then said, "Thank you, sir. That must have been a terrible fight. But your son, did he come back all right?" And a tear rolled down his faded cheek. Excuse me. He shook his head and he didn't speak. And if I were you, you'd have done the same, for our thanks and giving are often delayed. Though our freedom was bought and thousands paid. I'm sorry, but I get them a little carried away with myself. Because when I talk about this, I think of all my comrades who died. Am I boring you?